The story of the US dollar began in 1792 with the passage of the Coinage Act, which established the dollar as the nation's official currency. Initially, coins like the silver dollar and gold eagle were minted to facilitate trade and establish a stable monetary system. Fast forward to 1862, during the Civil War, the US government issued its first paper currency, the $1 bill. This move helped finance the Union Army, After the railroad was completed, the economy grew rapidly, helping to solidify the US dollar as a stable currency. The rail-based trade system expanded national and international markets, increasing the value of the currency. The US dollar became the global reserve currency due to America's economic strength, the stability of its financial system, and its pivotal role in global trade, especially after World War II with the establishment of the Bretton Woods system. When looking at a US dollar bill, we can easily spot the prominent image of the eye, known as the Eye of Providence or Eye of God. However, there is a hidden secret within this symbol that not everyone is aware of. It is the phoenix eye. According to legend, this eye is not only a symbol of God's watchfulness, but is also related to the phoenix, a mythical bird that is always reborn from its own fire. Some theories suggest that it is a sign of resurrection and rebirth. This symbol has been around since the founding of the United States and is closely linked to the values of the Republic. The founders wanted to emphasize that the country was not only watched, but also had the ability to be reborn, like a powerful phoenix after every trial. So when you look at this note, remember that the eye is not just a simple symbol, but contains profound secrets about rebirth, power, and an unlimited future. Can you spot all the hidden messages? The portraits on US dollar bills feature important historical figures who represent American values and landmarks. Let's take a look at these bills. George Washington, the first US president 1789 to 1797, is featured on the $1 bill. The portrait is based on Gilbert Sturt's famous painting, The Athenaeum Portrait. Washington's face is depicted with a calm and resolute expression, emphasizing his leadership and dignity. Thomas Jefferson, the third U.S. president 1801 to 1809, appears on the $2 bill. The image is inspired by a portrait by Rembrandt Peale. Jefferson's face shows a thoughtful demeanor, reflecting his role as the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th U.S. president 1861 to 1865, is featured on the $5 bill. The portrait is based on a photograph by Matthew Brady. Lincoln's face is solemn, symbolizing his leadership during the Civil War and dedication to preserving the Union. Alexander Hamilton, the first Secretary of the Treasury, not a president, is featured on the $10 bill. The portrait is derived from a painting by John Trumbull. Hamilton's face is sharp and confident, symbolizing his contributions to the financial system. Andrew Jackson, the 7th U.S. president 1829 to 1837, appears on the $20 bill. The portrait is based on a painting by Ralph Elliser Whiteside Earl. Jackson's face shows a rugged, determined look, reflecting his populist leadership style. Ulysses S. Grant, the 18th U.S. president 1869 to 1877 and a Civil War general, is featured on the $50 bill. The image is based on a portrait by Matthew Brady. Grant's face conveys determination and strength, consistent with his military leadership. The process of printing money begins with the preparation of the raw materials. The paper used to print money is not the ordinary paper we use every day. Instead of using paper grown on trees, banknotes are printed on a special type of paper made from 75% cotton and 25% linen, which increases its durability and resistance to tearing. This type of paper is also moisture resistant. Cotton and linen fibers are milled and mixed in precise portions to ensure the smoothness and uniformity of the paper. The mixture is then fed into a multi-layer press to form a thin, tough, tear-resistant sheet of paper that can withstand humid environments. Once the theme is determined, the design team begins sketching out initial ideas. They use both manual and digital methods to create the most complex images. Sketch images are scanned and edited on specialized software to create precise designs. These software are capable of simulating complex details such as 3D effects and microtextures. Once the design is complete, the original engraving of the banknote is created. This is a delicate manual process that requires the engravers to have many years of skill and experience. Details such as portraits and patterns are engraved directly onto the metal surface using specialized tools. Letters or numbers so small that they cannot be seen clearly with the naked eye and can only be identified through a magnifying glass. Each engraving takes weeks, even months, to complete and must undergo rigorous testing to ensure there are no flaws. During the production of this paper, there are also red and blue security threads woven directly into the paper structure, creating an identifying feature that can be seen with the naked eye but is difficult to copy exactly. This strip can glow when viewed under UV light, helping users distinguish between real and fake money. In addition, new money printing technology on valuable banknotes of many countries also creates watermarks directly on the paper to enhance security. The printing process begins with printing the background color onto the banknote. This is the first step in creating the base color of the banknote. Giant offset presses do the job. Printing cylinders roll the paper through layers of color to create the base color, usually green or beige, depending on the denomination of the note. Offset printing presses operate with extreme precision to ensure that the colors on each note are completely consistent. The ink used for the background color is also specially formulated to increase anti-counterfeiting capabilities. Once the background color is complete, the banknote goes through the embossing process. This is one of the most important steps. It is what gives the banknote its distinctive feel. Intaglio is a special technique in which details on the surface of the banknote, such as portraits of religious leaders, images of historic buildings, and texts, are engraved into a die in the metal. When ink is pressed through this die, it creates raised details on the surface of the banknote. These detailed lines not only create beauty for the bill, but also serve as a security factor that is difficult to counterfeit. When you hold a genuine bill and run your finger over the surface, you will feel the embossed details very clearly. Security is a top priority in the money printing process. After the embossing is completed, important security features are added to the banknote. Each banknote has a unique serial number, which helps in management and tracking within the financial system. The money printing process does not stop at completing the printing layers, but also requires skilled technicians to randomly inspect the bills to ensure that all meet strict standards. After the printing process is complete, The bills are still in large sheets, containing dozens of notes on a single sheet of paper. Precision industrial cutters cut large sheets into individual bills. Each bill is carefully aligned to ensure exact dimensions. The cut bills are stacked in fixed quantities and sent to banks, where they are released into the market to meet the needs of the people. Some bills may be stored in the Federal Reserve's vaults to ensure that the financial system always has enough money in circulation.